They're walking across the street right now.
Welcome everyone to James Cotter Field at Murphy Family Stadium for tonight's Catholic Conference matchup between the visiting Pioneers of St. John's Shrewsbury and your BC High Eagles. Before tonight's game, we are proud to honor our senior student athletes and their families, as well as the senior cheerleaders and dance team members from Notre Dame Academy. First, for the senior Notre Dame Academy cheer team, Sadie D'Souza, accompanied by her parents Matt and Sarah D'Souza. Jillian Kelly, accompanied by her parents Brian and Jennifer Kelly. And those are actually the senior cheerleaders. And now for the dance seniors. Carolyn Cusick, captain, accompanied by her parents, Megan and Paul. Kylie Ferindo, captain, accompanied by Shayana, Gary, and Mackenzie. Sarah Grund, accompanied by her parents, Eric and Reader. Cameron Spryer, captain, accompanied by her parents, Jason and Cameron. And Riley Swenson, accompanied by her parents, Elizabeth Hill and Scott Swenson. Thank you for Notre Dame Academy for all their support of BC High athletics. And now for the BC High seniors. Number 2, Gavin Barth, accompanied by his parents, Lindsay and John Barth. Number 4, Cyril Cox, accompanied by his parents, Janelle and Lloyd Collins, his brother Cole Collins, and his aunt Patricia Nance. Number 6, Captain Carter Carroll, with his parents Morgan and Rich Carroll. Number 7, Captain Conrad Babka and his parents Ann and Mark Babka. Number 10, Colin Crowley, with his parents Sarah and Patrick Crowley. Number 12, Jackson Richard, with his parents Kate and Jim Richard. Number 13, Javon Scott. Number 14, Liam Poole, with his father Tim Bergen, his mother Christina Poole, and his sister Aubriella Poole. Number 18, Carter Phillips Mizrahi, accompanied by his father Daniel Phillips Mizrahi, his mother Amina Sloan, and his sisters Kaylee and Claire. Number 21, Brendan Ryan, captain, and his parents Allison and Sean Ryan. Number 24, Josh LaPointe, with his parents Lauren and Josh LaPointe, and his sister Georgia LaPointe. Number 40, John Nichols, with his parents Linda and Kevin Nichols. Number 44, Tommy O'Donnell, and his parents Liz and Tom O'Donnell. Number 47, Matty Duddy, accompanied by his mother, Lisa Beatrice. Number 55, Elijah Alcorn Crowder. Number 56, Captain Mikey Smith, with his parents Stacy and Mike Smith and his brother Joey Smith. Number 58, Kip Graham, with his parents Holly and Jeff Graham. Number 73, Michael White, with his parents Maureen and David White. Number 79, Anish Feliz, accompanied by his family. Number 80, Nate DeLuca, with his father Peter DeLuca. Number 52, Pat Kelly, with his parents Nancy and John Kelly. Number 85, Tommy Coleman, with his mother Anna Carrion and father Tom Coleman. Number 66, Caleb Sawyer, with his mother Mimi Reed, his grandfather Billy Sawyer, and his brothers Kenny and Calvin Reed. And the managers, Jack Darcy, with his parents Carrie and Larry Darcy. And finally, John King, with his parents Nancy and John King and his sister Katie.
Hey, what's up?
Once again, let's have a nice round of applause for all our seniors and for their parents.
So at halftime,
All right, so after some picture taking, both teams will warm up again, and then the game will start shortly after that. We'd like to thank St. John Shrewsbury for their cooperation and patience.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cotter Field at Murphy Family Stadium on the campus of BC High. Di-Fi Video Productions is proud to present Eagles football. Today, the Eagles host the Pioneers of St. John's, Shrewsbury. We're going to pause right now for the national anthem. And there you have the anthem as performed by the Eagles band. I'm John Galvin, along with the voice of the Eagles, Chris Curran. Chris, beautiful night here, a little windy up here on the press box roof, but we get the band below us shaking us and tuning out. Gonna be a good football game.
It is, yeah, it is windy up here, but that doesn't stop the fact that this will be a fantastic game. The Pioneers of St. John's Shrewsbury coming in here to play the Eagles, the 5-0 Eagles, coming off of the win last week against Xaverian, the big win. They're going to look to pile onto that with a big win tonight on senior night. The festivities happened before the game, but now it's time for football.
Yeah, quite a number of Eagles in that senior class, led by number 6. He's you know, our quarterback. He's just an amazing. He had a great week last week. Looking to have another good one this week. He's hard to stop.
He is very hard to stop. The Eagles senior class has been the backbone of this team. Huge week last week from Jackson Richard, as well as the Pioneers are going to kick off. And this is going to be Issa Jake back returning. That's going to be an Eagle being taken down there at the 20-yard line. That was Ayub. The Eagles are going to take over on offense. Carter Carroll will pick up the ball. What a fantastic start to the season they've had. 5-0, number 1 team in the state as well. The Pioneer team is visiting them, a team that shouldn't cause them too much issues on paper, but you never know with this sport as the Eagles take the field.
Yeah, especially in the Catholic Conference. You know, at any time anybody can beat anybody in the Catholic Conference. There's no doubt about that.
Here's Carroll from his own 20. There's Barth in motion. He's rolling out to the left-hand side. He's going to get plenty of yards there. He's going to pick up about 10 down to the 30-yard line. First play of the game. Good movement there on offense from the Eagles.
Yeah, offensive line has really come together this year. The whole team, honestly, under Coach Z, new coach this year, they're really starting to gel. I mean, obviously, by that big win last week against Xaverian.
They proved a lot last week. They truly contended the fact that they can be there with the big guys this season, going deep into the season. A lot of depth on this Eagles team as well, as Richard's going to pick up the handoff. Second effort there made by Richard, who's been an absolute beast this season. Huge week last week, like I said earlier, against Xaverian. And he's going to pick up about 8 on that run.
Number 12, Jackson Richard on the carry.
Yeah, good second effort by him. They actually had him tied up at the line. Could have, you know, easily only been 2, but he fought hard and gained 5, 6 more.
It's going to be a 2nd and 3 here for the Eagles. The handoff to Carter. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw a frozen rope there to Crowley, who's going to pick up the first down. Good pass there. Pick up of about 5. That's going to be good enough for the first down.
Yeah, those 2 runs right on those first 2 plays, setting up the play action pass.
BC High first down. First and 10 at the BC High 43-yard line.
And the Eagles are going to have a first and 10 from the 43, as they're going to look to continue to move the ball upfield and start out strong. Carroll, the toss to Richard. By his first guy, he's going to keep going down the right-hand side towards the sideline, but he's taken out by 5 Pioneers and finally tackled out of bounds. Another good carry, though, from Richard. Even the plays that don't look like a lot end up turning into big plays for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Pioneers did a nice job turning him in, but he immediately broke it back outside and got around the corner and gained first down yardage.
At the St. John's 47-yard line.
The Eagles storming down the field immediately. A quick offense here. Still over 9 minutes to go left in this first quarter. They're inside the Pioneer half. Smith with the snap to Carroll. Hand off to Richard. Again, he just can't be brought down. Gain of about 6.
Yeah, good job by Richard. They had him bottled up. Easily could have stopped him for nothing, and he broke through again and gained 6 strong, 7 yards.
Another solid play from the offensive line there, allowing Richard to get through that gap to the left-hand side. Pioneer defensive line looked distraught. Carroll on 2nd and 4. He's going to throw to the right side. Babka beats 2 defenders and another one and spins. Good play design from the Eagles there, changing it up on offense. Another first down as they continue to charge down the field on this first offense, just outside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Babka's been a weapon all year long. Carroll's been looking for him a lot, and sure enough, let's get him going. Big boy can really move.
He's committed to play football at Bowdoin as well, just like many of these seniors on this team. The Eagles on 1st and 10. Carroll's going to pass again over the middle. Barth gets up for it, and it's into the end zone for a touchdown. Quick touchdown there by the Eagles. Wonderful offense. Great pass over the middle by Carroll. Barth brings it in, and he's able to run it all the way into the end zone. 6-0 Eagles here at the Boulevard.
Yeah, the play action working again. Amazing catch there. I mean, that was highlight material right there.
Barth's build allows him to bring the ball in even when the football is at a high trajectory like it was there. Carroll with a great pass to Barth outside the safety's reach, and Tommy Coleman's going to look to pack on the lead here with the extra point. That one is through the uprights. 7-0 Eagles here in the first quarter. Early they pack it on, and the Pioneers are going to look to respond with a good offense of their own as the special teams take the field and the Eagles kick off to the Pioneers. 7-0 BC High.
Yeah, a statement drive there to open up the game, mixing up the pass and the run. Jackson Richard with some great runs.
That was an 80-yard touchdown drive, capped off by the 32-yard touchdown pass to Gavin Barth.
It's going to be Josh LaPointe kicking this one off with his left boot.
Josh LaPointe set to kick off for the Eagles.
LaPointe kicks off. The Pioneers return it. Brought down, great play on special teams by Nichols was in there, as well as a couple of other Eagles. The Pioneers are only going to get a couple on that return as their offense takes the field.
Number 40, John Nichols, made that tackle. St. John's will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And St. John Shrewsbury will take over. Their quarterback, number 7, Dylan DePietro, who's shown to be pretty versatile thus far this season. They're going to look to respond on offense. The snap to DePietro, the toss. He's going to be brought down. Niche was in there with O'Donnell. Solid defensive core for the Eagles, bring him down. Only a gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
Quarterback for St. John's. Number 56, Mikey Smith made the tackle for the Eagles. Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8.
All right, so Jordan, the D-line did fine. They were in good position a couple of times.
That's DePercio in motion. And the run up the middle. It's going to be enough for a Pioneers first down.
DePietro on the keeper. Michael White on the tackle for the Eagles. But it was good for St. John's first down.
Here comes St. John Shrewsbury with another first down from their own 40-yard line. DePietro's going to get the snap. That's Rodriguez there next to him, the running back. Pass from DePietro is too high. The pass intended for the number 88, Gavin Bourget, but that was just too high. Sorrell Cox was on coverage.
Yeah, he had the one-on-one coverage that he wanted. He had the bunch on the other side, drawing the one-on-one down here, but he just threw it too high, like you said. He had him open if he could have gotten it down.
2nd and 10 here by the Pioneers. And there's a real pressure that the Eagles defense puts on offenses to be pretty much perfect, as they're going to want that play back. DePietro could have hit Bourget there on the throw to the left-hand side. 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers. DePietro's going to get this ball again. The number 6 Hanlon is in motion. DePietro, the short pass. Breaks 1 tackle. Gains a couple. That's Cole Dispersio.
Yeah, made a nice move on back in the backfield. Looked like he was going to have him dead to rights, but he slipped by him and made a nice gain out of it.
The Pioneers are going to have a 3rd down in pretty short yardage, a 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line.
Got him.
And the Eagles jump offside. The Pioneers get them there with that play. Clever offensive calling, big first down, and those are the mistakes that just kill you.
BC High was offside.
Many Eagles jumped offside there.
That'll be good.
Yeah,
First down on the 50-yard line.
Great hard count there. I mean, you could hear it all the way up here. Got them all jumping.
DePietro's going to fake the handoff and pass, and that's going to be caught by Barth and intercepted. And wow, that ball looked like it almost hit the turf, but Barth collects it. Brilliant athletic play, showing he can do it on defense as well as offense after scoring the touchdown. In the next drive, he intercepts it. He's taking control of this game early, the number 2, Gavin Barth.
Yeah, Chris, I tend to agree with you there. Certainly looked like it was close anyway, but there were 2 refs right there looking at it. They were a lot closer than we are. Eagles ball taking over.
And Barth made it past the 40-yard line of the St. John Shrewsbury Pioneers. It's going to be a 1st and 10 as Carter Carroll looks to build upon this lead, 7-0 early on. 4:32 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, that ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage that made it all happen. I didn't see who got the tip, but great field position here for the Eagles.
Carroll fakes the handoff, passes up the middle, another high pass. Babka couldn't get up to that. Good coverage there by 2 Pioneers. Carroll throwing into double coverage.
We'll bring up second down and 10.
Good. One of their base players. This could actually be one of the
2nd and 10 here by the Eagles. In the Coach Z offense, it's pretty rare that you see a pass on 1st and 10. Usually they like to run with Richard. Here, as Richard is going to get the ball, he's going to get outside to the left side, beat that tackle on the edge, and then he's going to be brought down. Gains about 1 yard on the play, 3rd and long.
Good defense there by the Pioneers. Babka did a nice job helping him get around the corner, but only for a short gain. Really want to see the Eagles take advantage of this turnover if you can. Big 3rd down here and 9.
Carroll runs back onto the field into the huddle, 3rd and long, and like you said, they are going to want to consolidate the turnover as well and build off of it. Carroll gets the ball, the short pass to Richard. Nice run up the middle. He's going to get a couple blocks. And he's taken down. Not enough for the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and short.
Looks like he'll be just short.
They took it. They took it.
Timeout called by the Pioneers.
Yeah, Eagles are going quick there, trying to catch them in a change. You know, I think we kind of want to have the end of that run back. If he kept powering forward, he may have gotten the 1st down, but he was trying to cut back to gain more. 4th and what, maybe 1.5 looking at the Eagles here.
Be interested to see what their offense has in store for this play. They found a lot of success with short runs this season, especially with the likes of Richard.
You know,
Brendan Ryan not fully healthy, though, to run the ball today.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive line has already shown today that they're doing a nice job moving them out. I would say we go looking off tackle. I think they feel they can win it at the line of scrimmage.
4th and short here. Carroll's going to take it himself. And he's going to get it. Great push, good call from John with the lineman there, pushing that pile all the way down. That's going to be good enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, great second effort there, because initially they had him stopped, but then you just saw the pile just start to move, and that was everybody. I mean, great effort by that whole offensive line.
St. John's 26-yard line.
And BC High with a 1st and 10, approaching the red zone. Carroll goes back into the huddle. 2:47 left to go in the first quarter. Smith with the snap to Carroll. He's going to beat one guy, throw just low for Barth. Good coverage there by the Pioneers. They had everything locked up in the secondary.
Yeah, that was great coverage by them, but it was also great work by the offensive line, giving Carroll the opportunity to go through all of his checkdowns, finding him out in the flat, but he's just too short getting it out there.
And in regards to the offensive line as well, Carroll with plenty of time to actually release a throw and not losing yard and getting sacked there, which you haven't seen often this season. Carroll again on 2nd and 10. The dish to Richard. Decent run, and he's brought down. Gain of about 4. 3rd and halfway to the 1st down.
Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, you're a little bit outside of the field goal range, so you got 2 downs here to pick this up.
At the St. John's 21-yard line.
Here are the Eagles on 3rd and 5. Another handoff to Richard. He's got plenty of time on the right side, and he's just barely going to be stopped just short around the 4-yard line. Good run from the Eagles there.
Jackson Richard on the carry. Knocked out of bounds at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Eagles.
First and goal from the 4 here for the Eagles, as they already have a lead of 7. They're going to look to build upon it. Inside the 5 they go with this offense.
Yeah, another strong drive here by the Eagles, taking advantage of the turnover. I think we'll see number 12 again on this one. I'd be surprised if they throw it. And there they go.
They do throw a short pass to Crowley. He's in for the touchdown. Colin Crowley, a new fixture of the Eagles offense and their team this season. And on senior night, he's going to get his touchdown. 13-0 Eagles. Great play design. And like you said, John, I expected Richard to get the ball as well, but a little trickery from the offense as Carroll throws a short pass to Crowley, and he just walks it into the end zone as Coleman looks to pack on the lead to make it 14-0 here in the first quarter.
Tommy Coleman in to attempt the extra point.
Coleman again. That one's through the uprights. 14-0 Eagles. As LaPointe will kick off to the Pioneers again, as they're going to look to cut this lead in half. But another solid offense there by the Eagles, charging up the field with their run plays and their pass plays, using the run game to set up passing. As you see with that score, Carroll to Crowley, a great play design drawn up there by the Eagles coaching staff, and good execution as well.
Really good play calling there. Definitely, wide open out in the flat there. Everybody was expecting Richards to run that ball, including me.
LaPointe is going to kick off to the Pioneers. The kick goes high. Pioneers return it. They get to just short of the 30-yard line. They'll take over on 1st and 10. As the Eagles defense take the field, who will look to cause another turnover or just more mayhem in general to give DePietro less time with the football.
Number 9, Andy Lever, led the BCI tacklers.
And here come the Pioneers on offense. Dylan DePietro from his own 29-yard line. That run did not work there. It was cut out by the number 73. That was Michael White on the tackle on the right side of the line.
Brought down by Josh LaPointe. Second down and a long nine.
Here comes the 2nd down and 9 from the St. John Shrewsbury Pioneers. One of, if not the last play of the quarter here. DePietro running to his left side, tosses it. I think O'Donnell pushes him out of bounds. Smart football there by O'Donnell. They're going to pick up none on the play, and that's going to do it for the first quarter as well.
Yeah, great play by O'Donnell there. I mean, you never know. It was close on the sideline. If he doesn't push him, maybe he comes down with it. But
With the pressure on the Eagles.
Great high IQ play there, pushing them out in the air.
Score, BC High 14.
So here we are at the end of one quarter. BC High Eagles 14, St. John Shrewsbury 0. You know, I wasn't quite sure what to expect with St. John's. You know, they're 2-4 right now, I believe, and they've had some good games against some quality opponents. But BC High's just coming out storming them right now.
And it's been the same old BC High all season, consistent on offense, consistent on defense. 14-0 after one quarter. They scored 2 touchdowns and shut out the Pioneers so far through a quarter of this game.
Yeah, big play coming up here to start the second quarter for the Pioneers. Looking at 3rd and long. The last thing they want to do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back to the Eagles. Eagles with 2 safeties deep, expecting the pass.
So it's a momentum play here as DePietro is going to catch the snap. 3rd and long for the Pioneers. High snap, short toss to the left side, and he's wrapped up there. Good play on defense from Mikey Smith. Huge play by the Eagles defense as they're going to send their punt team out.
Yeah, it wasn't fooling anybody there with a little dump screen. Several Eagles in the area, but Smith came back. He was actually upfield, came back and got him on as he was cutting around.
So here comes the punt from the Pioneers. Jackson Richard is going to be back for the Eagles.
He's going to fake it.
And he's
thought about
running with it and then punting. And it hit his own player there, to number 55. Interesting play there. The punter runs off to the right-hand side.
You know, I mean, you see that a lot now. A lot of the Australian punters in the NFL doing that. But he looked like he was thinking about running. He may have had an option to run. I don't know. I mean, it looked like he was ready to tuck it in. I mean, it would have. I mean, you're down 14-0 in the start of the second quarter. Why not? I guess, but thought better of it and let it go.
And actually, with that punt hitting his own player, it might have actually ended up better than they thought because the Eagles had a couple people returning back there, and the Pioneers didn't look like their special teams was getting up to the football fast enough. Carroll on 1st and 10. Quick pass behind Barth, a little miscommunication there. Barth was just turned around and he couldn't turn back around in time to retrieve the football.
Yeah, definitely not on the same page. Pioneers brought the outside backer, so Carroll had to get rid of it quickly, and you know, just what they weren't expecting the blitz on the outside, and it was a good throw actually, but just wasn't ready for it.
It was a quick press and a quick release from Carroll. 2nd and 10 though with the incomplete pass. Second and 10 for Carroll, near half field. He's going to throw a long ball to Barth. They're on the same page this time. That's going to connect. Just outside the 10 into the red zone again. Barth has put his stamp on this game so far.
Yeah, great throw. He had him beat, saw it was a little underthrown, came back. Shrewsbury defender didn't see it. Great throw.
It's a great throw, and it's really well done by Barth to recognize that, like you said, the ball was underthrown, to cut back under the defender to actually make that catch. Just outside the 10, BC High is. Here's Carroll. The toss, and they're going to get nothing there. Good defense and speed off the line by the Pioneers. So that play goes haywire, 2nd and down.
Yeah, not quite what you wanted on 1st down there. They can get a 1st down, looks like about the 2-yard line. But you don't want to get all the way down here and not get 6.
Especially with the high standards they've developed so far this season. Carroll on 2nd and 10. The dish to the number 28. That was Donaldson who brings that one all the way into the end zone. They do get 6 on this offense. Great run by Donaldson. That's going to make this game 20-0 for the Eagles. Another good offense running up the field. You saw the big play from Carroll connecting with Barth, and the Eagles end up with the touchdown at the end of that. Beautiful offense once more. 20-0 Eagles into the second quarter.
Yeah, they had the right play call for that. Pioneers brought the house. They basically blitzed everybody, and we were able to get outside of it, and there was nobody left behind them. That's blocked.
And that extra point was blocked. This game is going to stay a 20-point lead for the Eagles. And the Eagles will kick off to the Pioneers again. This game at a 3-score lead now. The Pioneers need something quickly already. Of course, with the running play clock that we could have as well in the second half.
Yeah, you know, we're halfway there, honestly. It's 40 points in the third quarter, and then it'll run if it's 30 in the fourth quarter. But, you know, at this point right now, St. John's, you know, they've still got 9 minutes to get some stuff done. Haven't really, I mean, the first drive they did get a first down, but after that they really, you know, but then they had the turnover. Have to see. I mean, BC High is rolling right now, that's for sure.
The left foot of LaPointe is going to kick this one to the Pioneers, a lower one there. And it dribbles all the way through.
I don't know if he can down it.
And he can't down it. He picks it up in the end zone, and he's brought down. That is horrendous field positioning for the Pioneers. Big play on special teams. Good kick from LaPointe as that one gets through the 2 Pioneers that were back.
So,
and they're going to be back towards their 3-yard line.
So let's think about this. It did touch him out by whatever it was, to 5 or 6, and rolled into the end zone, but he never possessed it. So I don't know if that was smart play bringing it out. I mean, I guess you don't take any chances. Maybe take a knee in the end zone. I don't know. We'll have to look up that one at halftime.
It was a strange one there. There was definitely something off with the decision making there by the Pioneers. And DePietro is going to have to take a snap in the end zone, which is just something you never want to do as a quarterback.
Good job.
And they get through automatically with the run. That's well done by the Pioneers. Nothing to really worry about as much anymore.
Yeah, good job. Just a quick hitter. Did get a little contact at the line, but he broke through it and gave him a lot of breathing room. Gain of about 8 there.
2nd and 2 for the Pioneers. Good quick run. The snap to DePietro. He's going to hand that off to Rodriguez.
Still going.
And that play is still happening. They are going to end up getting the first down after all that.
That'll be good for a St. John's first down. 1st and 10 on their own 15-yard, just outside the 15.
So the Pioneers do well to get out of their own end zone on this offense as they have a first down approaching the 20-yard line. DePietro, O'Donnell right on him. And DePietro gets out of it, great speed. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Richard. Good run by DePietro, great instinct to get out to the left side. And that's good enough for the first down. DePietro, was on the keeper.
Yeah, you know, BC High brought the blitz up the middle. Looks like they had him, but DePietro got away from him. Got around, got outside the pocket, and showed his speed.
St. John's picks up the
just before that snap, O'Donnell had some late movement, and he was running straight through that Pioneer offensive line and almost got to DePietro for the sack. 1st and 10 by the Pioneers. Here's DePietro rolling right. He is going to heave it. That pass goes out of bounds. A couple Pioneers in the area.
Yeah, he kind of, I don't know if he was just throwing that away. He kind of threw it in between his two receivers. He had a third one even further downfield. Pretty good coverage by the Eagles.
The Pioneers tried to pack the right-hand side with a couple receivers, but the Eagles defense wanted none of it. 2nd and 10. Coach Z keeping the bench active on the near sideline. DePietro on the keeper again.
Yeah, good read there by DePietro. Zone read there. If he had given it to his back would have got crushed. So
yeah.
He kept it, did a nice job, read the guy coming in from the outside. BCI actually brought an outside backer then, so there's a lot of traffic on that one side, and great job keeping it and going around.
And St. John Shrewsbury will have a 3rd and 7. That's Matt Halloran and LaPointe on the left side of the line. They've been a tremendous combination this season on defense. Not many run plays have gone through those two.
Coming again.
Here comes LaPointe off the left side. DePietro keeps it again. Good instinct from DePietro, good speed as well, and he slides near the 50. Babka was fast approaching, but DePietro, another good run, and he's been single-handedly carrying this offense.
Yeah, I mean, this drive starting on, what, the 2-yard line. They got it out to the 45 now, 1st and 10. Little under 5:30 in the half. Good drive here for the Pioneers.
And they'll take over on 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line. Good pressure by the Eagles defense. They just can't seem to make the final tackle, the final play, as DePietro's speed has just been the difference so far, particularly on this offense.
Yeah, he's got great vision, seeing him coming, moves well inside the pocket, slips away, and then explodes downfield. Changing the play, it looks like, at the line of scrimmage here.
The number 19, Cole DePercio, in motion. DePietro's going to pass over the head of Hanlon. He had LaPointe, Babka, and Sorrell Cox in the area for the Eagles.
Yeah, tough route there. You had Babka over the top, so you had under coverage there, so he had to get it some air underneath it, and it's just, he's been high pretty much with most of his throws so far today. I don't know, maybe they have one completion. I think they had like a wide receiver screen or something that they ran, but other than that, I think he's maybe like 1 for 5 so far. But he's been showing great legs. Probably has 50 yards on the ground.
It's testament, too, to the Eagles' DBs and their safeties as well, because he's worried about hitting them, underthrowing the receivers, and their pass coverage has been tremendous this season so far as well.
Looks like the Eagles are coming, bringing 5. Again, he steps
DePietro
up.
gets through again. Quick pass just behind Hanlon. Richard was right there as well. If Hanlon brought that down, could have been a little bit of a hospital pass. 3rd and 10.
My day, we called it a buddy pass. Sorry, I got you killed, buddy.
So it's 3rd and long for the Pioneers on the 45-yard line. Couple of good defensive plays from the Eagles in pass coverage. Movement off the line. DePietro's going to drop back and pass it again. And just high for his receivers. No flags on the play.
Yeah, it was definitely close there, but definitely uncatchable. That was well over his head. I was looking myself, looking for that. Referees going for the flag, but I think it was just uncatchable.
And the Pioneers will send their special teams out onto the field. Another high throw from DePietro means that their offense, just the sting was taken out of it there by some great defensive plays from the Eagles.
So interesting here, the Eagles are going with their base defense and not a punt rush. They want to make sure this ball gets kicked, which it does.
It's a short punt. Ball rolls all the way out of bounds. And the Eagles will take over from their own 34.
BC High will take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
4:01 left to go in the half. As Carroll's going to look to make this a four-score ball game going into halftime.
Yeah, pretty decent field position at the 34. Carroll going under center.
That's Nichols and Richard behind Carroll. Carroll fakes the handoff and drops back. He looks for Barth again. And oh my goodness, I think he caught that on the second effort. What an incredible catch from Barth. It looked like there was nothing that he could have done there. Good coverage, but
Amazing.
The ball came loose and Barth, amazing focus, concentration to collect the football.
Amazing coverage there, actually. The St. John's defender got his hands on the ball first, undercut the route, knocked it in the air, and first and 10 BC High on the great acrobatic catch.
Well, what an unbelievable catch by Barth. He'll have a couple of highlights from tonight so far. Carroll the handoff to Richard. Only picks up a couple.
Ball got stripped there, but after the whistle, Richard came up with it anyway. But
it's going to be a 2nd and 8. What an unbelievable catch by Barth. Still a little bit shocked.
Just outside St. John's 41-yard.
The handoff to Richard again. Up the middle he goes. Pretty good run defense again by the Pioneers, but the Eagles do pick up a couple, and they'll only have a little bit left on 3rd down to get the first.
Eagles with all of their timeouts. So they're really in no rush here with 2.5 minutes left. Get the first down here, and then you can think about managing the clock. Definitely 4-down territory here. So you don't have to worry if you don't get it, but clock is running.
Carroll, quick pass, connects with Babka. Another reliable source of offense, and he gets out of bounds just after 2 minutes. But the clock does stop there as he did get out of bounds. First down for the Eagles.
Actually, I think the referee may have said that, yeah, they're winding the clock. So contact was made inbound, so clock runs. I don't know if Coach Z saw that. Definitely thinking about clock management now.
Here comes the 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Now they'll have just over 1:30 left with this play. Carroll drops back. He's going to pass it again. He's going to heave it just past the reach of Barth. Good throw from Carroll. Better to overthrow that than to underthrow that in one-on-one coverage. And you just thought that Barth maybe could have brought that one down as well, but we're all human.
After the 2 catches that he's already made, definitely thought that was going to be another touchdown, but like you said, just over his fingertips. Clock stopped with 1:26.
So after the incomplete heave from Carroll, 2nd and 10, with 1:26 left to go in the half. The handoff to Richard. He'll run to the right, then he'll beat a man, and the ball's out. And it looks like the Pioneers may have recovered that from first glance. Waiting for a signal from the referees.
Still fighting for it under the pile.
And it's Pioneer ball. Big turnover. And Richard's done so much this game.
Yeah, fighting for that extra yard. He saw the sticks right there. He knew he was close. So he was doing all he could to get the extra 2 yards he needed. And Pioneers did a nice job stripping it out.
At their own 22-yard line.
And again, Richard has done so much this game in terms of extra effort and so far this season that he just thought he could have gotten the extra couple yards to give his team the first down. Tries to make an all-heart play, and that's the way it goes. DePietro with 1:12 left to go in the half now. Rolling left, throwing. Doesn't connect with Hanlon. That's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, had him open on the sideline. Throw was a little bit behind him. Probably something Hanlon would want back because it looked like it was catchable. And that wasn't an easy catch for sure, but something you need down 20 points. You need to execute and help your quarterback out, who's been scrambling again. Big pressure on DePietro there, had a roll out to his left.
And DePietro has been scrambling all game, playing like a backyard quarterback. And rolling left and throwing right is never easy to do as well. So he shows off his skill there, but he just couldn't connect with Hanlon. That's an incomplete pass, and here's 2nd and 10. 1:02 left to go in the half now. DePietro's going to throw it again.
Oh,
and that was a
face mask.
Definitely a face mask from Halloran. And he knows it too. It was clear and obvious here from the booth.
You know, sometimes it was clear and obvious last night if you were watching the Minnesota game where it was a safety in the end zone. A huge face mask bringing him down. The referees didn't call it. But that one, I think the whole world saw that one.
Yeah.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
So the Pioneers will move 15 yards up.
St. John's 37-yard line. 1st and 10 at their own 37.
And Halloran immediately took full accountability. You hope that the film room isn't too harsh on him this week.
A lot depends on what happens here. If they're able to get out of this half without any giving up anything, you know, you don't mind a penalty like that when an effort penalty.
And DePietro, a big gain to Hanlon. Good extra effort there as well. Now the Pioneer offense will have to think of clock management as well. Just over 40 seconds left to go in the half.
Pioneers have 2 timeouts. I'm surprised they didn't call one right here. They still have all 3 timeouts. I mean, no, 2. They did use 1. So I guess maybe that's why they're waiting. But you're gonna have to go deep pretty soon.
And they go quick.
He did get out.
And it did, yeah, it did just look like he got out of bounds. So the clock will stop. 21 seconds left to go.
But I mean, you probably let 10, 12 seconds go off getting organized to run that play. You still have 36 yards to go, so you really, not a whole lot of options here other than going for a longer pass play.
So the Eagles secondary will have to stay disciplined if that ball is going to go deep. DePietro has shown that he has a decent arm This one goes to the left side. That's the number 11. That was Papagni, who's brought down. It's going to be a third down.
Not the play I was expecting to get called. I mean, I can understand the quick screen. They had guys out there, but he ran back towards the middle of the field, which right into all the BC High pursuit.
And the blocking scheme was interesting too by the Pioneers. They didn't have really many numbers in the area that Papagni ended up taking the football.
Get the BC High band directly underneath us. We get the rhythm of the drums shaking. You get the camera here shaking. You can jam along with them. BC High band looking like pretty good size this year. Looking like maybe about 35, 40 kids.
It does seem a lot bigger this year than it has before. So a 3rd and 6, 11 seconds to go left in the half. DePietro will have maybe 1 or 2 shots.
Still have 1 timeout, so you can use the whole field, but you got to get it down the field.
And he ran backwards again instead of taking it up the field. Another questionable read there by the receiver. And the Pioneers do call the timeout.
So basically, you got 2 seconds left, 31 yards. Got to go into the end zone with this, but I don't know if he's got enough time to let his receivers run downfield. I mean, BCI probably won't be bringing a whole lot of pressure other than they're down 4. But still, I mean, throw it up into the end zone and see what you can do.
So the Pioneers will have 1 more chance to heave it towards the end zone. But again, the Eagles will be quick off the line, and they've been pretty disciplined, their DBs and their linebackers as well. So you have to wonder if these receivers have enough time to actually get to the end zone to retrieve this ball. The last play of the half goes to DePietro. And he's going to run it himself past the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be swarmed by Halloran and Richard. Last play of the half, a disappointing one by the Pioneers. Sort of a microcosm of that first half as the Eagles go into the locker room up 20-0, a 3-score ball game. As they did extremely well to extend their lead, and they'll be going into the locker room with their heads held high after that half.
So that's it at halftime here on Morrissey. BC High 20, St. John Shrewsbury 0. We'll be back with second half action after this.
Academy dance team as they are set. Notre Dame Academy dance team. Let's have a nice round of applause.
Welcome back to Cotter Field at Murphy Family Stadium as the BC High Eagles are hosting the Pioneers of St. John Shrewsbury. I'm John Galvin along with Chris Curran. Chris, second half action, hoping for more of the same for the Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to look to just take this game away from the Pioneers as they already have a 3-score lead as the start of the second half is about to commence. LaPointe is going to kick off to the Pioneers. They have the number 4 back, as well as the number 88. That's Daniel Wing back, as well as Gavin Bourget for the Pioneers. Here comes the left boot of LaPointe.
Yeah, Pioneers dodged a bullet there at the end of the second quarter by recovering the fumble. Had a nice little drive going, but just ran out of time at the end of the quarter.
Josh LaPointe sets the kickoff.
Here's the kickoff from LaPointe. That's going to be Bourget off his pads and looked like it was picked up by the Eagles special teams. What a start to this second half. It definitely looked like it was picked up by the Eagles. We're still waiting on a signal from the referees as that ball's still at the bottom of the pile. And it is Eagles ball here early on in the second half. Tough start for the Pioneers as they look to chip away at this 20-point lead, but it was not to be as the Eagles special teams take the ball.
Interesting there that when they're all said and done and they got up, the Pioneers guy had the ball, but referee, it clearly looked like on the original play that BC High recovered it.
At the St. John's 28-yard line.
Huge turnover here for the Pioneers.
Number 6, Carter Carroll.
And it's unbelievable field position for Carroll and the Eagles offense. As this snap goes to Carroll, first play of the half. That pass is behind Babka, sorry. That was the number 3 in coverage, Steven Setsos. Good pass coverage, got very close to Babka, and the pass was behind him. 2nd and 10 off the incomplete pass.
Yeah, tough play there for Babka. Play behind him, defender right on him. A little bit more out in front of him, and he probably would have caught it, but.
The toss to Richard. He's running right, and he's going to lose yards quick off the line. That was Daniel Wing on the tackle.
Yeah, he definitely came. He came flying up from his safety position and made a great play there.
And the Eagles go backwards on that second down. 3rd and 14 now.
Yeah, again, you're looking at 2 plays here. You're definitely going on 4th down, so you don't have to get it all right here. You want to probably get at least half of it if you can, make it a manageable 4th down. The wind is swirling around, so there's really not going to be any field goals from this distance.
Carroll drops back. Quick pass over the top. And Barth almost comes down with it. Good pass coverage once more by the Pioneers. Carroll looking for his favorite target of the first half, and he tried to continue the party to Barth, but it was not to be. Another incomplete pass.
Definitely very close, well covered, but well thrown. It was right there. It was, anybody's ball right there, and just couldn't hold on. It looked like he got his hands on it, but got stripped away as they went to the ground.
And the prospect of a long 4th down now haunting the Eagles. 4th and 14. Carroll drops back, finds a gap, trying to take it himself, but he'll get nothing. Good defense from the Pioneers as the Eagles turn it over on downs. They couldn't take advantage of the good field position after the turnover.
Yeah, that second down play where we lost 4 or 5 yards, definitely a killer there. Makes it a lot harder to convert. Looked like Carroll had one guy to beat it, and he had a chance, but he just couldn't shake him. And the rest of the team rallied to the ball and took him down.
And the Pioneers will look to maybe start some momentum after that big defensive series as DePietro takes over again with the Pioneer offense, his first play of the half. And the short pass, he just spikes it into the ground. There were a couple receivers in the area, but that play had nothing.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like he had number 6 out there on the wing was an option, and then the inside, kind of a Patrick Mahomes type pass to the inside, but his inside receiver wasn't even looking, so it just went to the turf.
So a 2nd and 10 here for the Pioneers. That's Javon Scott on the near side, the DB for the Eagles. Good pass up the middle. Almost going to be good enough for the first down, but I think a yard short.
Pass complete to number 19.
Haven't seen many flags today.
Other than that one obvious face mask, I think
Yeah.
that's been the only one.
Yep.
St. John's.
Actually, there was that
36 yards.
wholesale offsides in the first quarter too. So, but still, that's really good on both teams. Both penalties on BC High, but still only 2. That's well played football.
It has been a pretty clean game. DePietro takes a snap, 3rd and short,
Did not get
and that
it.
run is going to get nothing.
Not even close.
Good
Lost.
discipline on the run defense there by the Eagles. And they're
Yeah.
brought back now for a 4th and short.
4th and 3 from your inside your own 35. They're going to punt it, but you got to. Both times the Pioneers have punted, the actual punter looks like he's on the verge of running. So we'll see how BC High plays this on defense. Probably play standard defense here and not try to block anything.
Third down and long.
They do seem to be setting up that way. Still Richard back returning. Little bit of a run, and then he does punt.
Hit him.
And the Pioneers could have been on the football there as Barth actually made contact with it, but they couldn't get it. The special teams just didn't realize, I think, that Barth made contact with the ball there.
I know, but explain it to him. He can be a freshman all he
St. John's coaches are here next to us, and they couldn't believe what they saw.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
You know, like you said, if you don't see it happen, you want to let it roll, but had he known it was right at his feet, that would have been a huge turnover.
And they would have picked up the ball with good field position as well. Would have been a huge play for the Pioneers to chip away at this lead. But again, it was not to be as the handoff goes to Richard, and he only gets 2 yards there.
Yeah, Pioneers have done a good job shutting him down since his big first quarter. Since about halfway through the second quarter, they've really clamped down on the run game.
At the BC High 40-yard.
Looks like
Ki-
Carroll's limping a little
Yeah,
bit.
he seems to be running a little bit gingerly.
That's his left foot, it looked like, which obviously you want 2 good wheels, but you'd rather have his left one be hurt than his right one, which is the leg that he would drive off of.
That's it. Tatum did great. Tatum did
Virginia on the carry.
You have to wonder how much pain he's experiencing too as he's stepping into throws. You hope that it's not too much and that he can overcome it. Still has to contend with this 3rd and 8.
Definitely keep an eye on that big game next week up at Danvers with St. John's Prep. So you got a 20-point lead here. Be nice to put one more on and get them out of there if we needed to.
Get over there, Setsos. Jesus.
Carroll, the pass up the middle, thrown into double coverage. That was the number 3, Steven Setsos, on the play, breaking up that pass. The Eagles offense had nothing there on that series.
I would say, though, it looked like Carroll had plenty of zip on that ball as he fired that in there. Granted, it was into coverage, but didn't look like he had thrown it. The foot hurt him much, or caused much difference in his throwing motion.
And it's going to be Jackson Richard to punt. As the whistle blows. In classic high school football, again, Jackson Richard on the punt returning and the punts.
He can kick him and catch him. Yeah, Carroll down. It looks like he must have done it during that series because he's on the bench now getting the ankle taped. I didn't see really anything happen. I mean, they ran the ball the first 2 times. So it looked like it happened on the first play. It must have been in the pile somehow.
Probably going to have him do some ankle mobility work too, just to strengthen up the ankle a little bit, as it is getting taped on the near sideline. And you have to wonder how painful is that injury for Carroll. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Seems like a minor one. It is 4th and 8 though. The Eagles are going to punt after that timeout was called. The high snap. Richard eventually collects and kicks a boot with his left foot, but it goes out of bounds.
He's not a left-footed punter, is he?
I think he is left-footed.
All right.
That would have been a little bit ridiculous.
When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, he's not left-footed. I don't remember, but if that's the case, then yes. Tremendous punt right there by considering the circumstances.
Yeah, like you said, that still was an unbelievable play from Richard to actually get that punt the distance that it had after the high snap. And also jumping up to actually make some contact with the high snap as well.
I mean, BC High's had pretty good special teams play this year, especially the long snaps have been generally pretty well, so we'll dodge the bullet there, and 1st and 10 on the 28 for the Pioneers.
DePietro, the handoff. That was Niche on the tackle, along with Richard. They're going to gain about 5, and they're halfway to the first down. Have to say, a pretty rare handoff to Rodriguez. They've used DePietro's legs and arm a lot of the time, as opposed to their run game. You have to wonder, if you don't trust your run game, how can you really chip into this lead against the Eagles? DePietro fakes the handoff and goes in motion, and the Eagles don't fall for that. Interesting play design as DePietro faked the handoff to the number 19, who was rolling to the right-hand side, but DePietro took it himself to the right side as well.
Took it himself, but I think originally it's designed for him to go up the middle, but O'Donnell was tracking him like a wild man, and he just kept running, and O'Donnell tracked him down and took him down from behind. Great play there by number 44.
And a lot of offenses that play against BC High have to contend with O'Donnell on defense, have to design plays around him because of the way he's been able to defend this season. He's been tremendous for the Eagles.
Coming again on the blitz, it looks like.
The high snap over to Petro. He does collect, runs past Halloran, and he is just going to get out of bounds. That snap went haywire.
What we got? We got a flag down? Something.
And the refs are chatting about something.
Holding on BC High.
So the Pioneers will move up. And just as we were talking about the fact that there have been few flags, there's one thrown, defensive holding on the Eagles. As the chains move for the Pioneers, they're going to have a 1st and 10.
Mark from the spot of the foul. So it'll be good for a St. John's first down. 1st and 10 at their own 42.
So from disaster goes success in 1st and 10 to 42.
DePietro drops back past Halloran again, and he runs it all the way. Good for a 1st down. Good speed again from DePietro.
Yeah, he's so elusive in the pocket. So many times BC High has been close on him.
And it actually was just short of the 1st down, so the Pioneers will have to pick up 1 yard if they want to get the 1st. DePietro is going to pass this time. Flag on the play. Can't connect with the receiver. This one looks like it is on the Pioneers as well, so this ball's coming back.
Holding on the Pioneers in the interior line. Huge penalty right there, because that'll be 10 yards. It'll be, instead of 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1, it's going to be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11.
And now you put DePietro in a situation where he's going to have to make some reads because of the speed off the line that the Eagles have.
Yeah, they've had no answer for that BC High rush. They usually bring in 4, but sometimes 5, and bringing them from different positions, that 5th guy from different spots, and Shrewsbury's had a real tough time picking it up. But DePietro's done a great job getting out of the pocket.
That Eagles defensive line and their linebackers have really packed a punch so far this season, and it's testament to the fact that they're still an undefeated team, as there's the defensive line again making the play.
Didn't fool anybody on that one.
That was O'Donnell and Halloran in there for the Pioneers' loss. 3rd and 11 now. It's going to be a 3rd down for the Pioneers with under 4 minutes left to go in the 3rd. Still a score of 20-0 BC High on a windy and chilly night on the boulevard. DePietro rolls right, short pass to the number 4. That's Daniel Wing.
Going to be 4th and about 4. Be interesting to see what they decide to do. It looks like they're going to go for it. I mean, at this point, 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, down 3 scores. You don't really have much choice. Your defense has done a good job the last couple, stopping BC High the last 3 drives in a row, actually, if you go back to the 2nd quarter.
I wonder if this Eagles defense can force the Pioneer offense into making more mistakes that lead to their detriment. Still a short distance to go to the 1st down, but an incredibly important play, as DePietro is still sending some signals to the coach, and they're going to call a timeout.
Yeah, BC High was showing blitz with both outside linebackers, so they weren't, were they going to bring both? Were they going to just bring one? And if that, which one? And Pioneers couldn't figure it out, so they're going to talk about it, and now he's sending out his punt team.
So it looks like they are going to send their punt team out. We have to wonder if the fake is coming here. And they are going to punt. A line drive back to Richard returning, who's just going to let it run. And that's inside the 10. Ended up being a pretty good punt there by the number 9. That was Guinea on the punt. So Carroll and the Eagles offense will take over
And the ball is down at the BCI 8-yard.
inside their own 10.
Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
Haven't seen much good defensive field position for the Pioneers so far this game, as Carroll again gingerly walks or jogs to the huddle.
I think we're going to see a lot of Jackson Richard here, or whoever the running back is.
That's going to be Donaldson. He's going to be taken down by a couple Pioneers, trying to run to the left side. And like you say, John, you have to kind of save Carroll for next week as well. A huge game away at the Prep in Danvers, a massive test for the Eagles, who will look to prove their mettle. They showed it last week with the home game against Severian, and they have to keep the momentum going. You'd expect the win here tonight, but you have to start thinking about Danvers now, and Carroll's health is going to be at the front of that conversation.
Prep having a huge game this week, playing Catholic Memorial, so be interesting to see if they're able to come out and beat CM. That would lead to 2 undefeated teams next week going at it in Danvers. But got to win this one first. Good run up the middle there.
The handoff, he's going to end up getting nothing. Looks like he did have a gap up the middle. But a good disciplined on the run defense by the Pioneers as O'Donnell checks back into the game.
Look, it'll be a 3rd and 4. I think we'll see more handoffs here.
Third down.
Interesting to see that Richard's not in there either, who's been your power runner pretty much the whole year. Although he did fumble at the end of the second quarter.
Carroll on 3rd and 4th and 4. Good pass to Babka. Beats his guy, and he's going to have just him and one defender to beat. And he's brought down. He's still not down, and then he is. The whistle blown eventually. What an angry run from Babka after the catch.
Again, a great throw by Carroll, so whatever going on with the ankle isn't affecting his throwing, because he just threw a strike to Babka. Babka broke away and rumbled down to the 19-yard line.
So now 14 seconds left to go. A huge play by BC High. Weren't expecting too much out of that offense, but again, Carroll with the frozen rope to Babka on the right-hand side. And Babka breaks a tackle like a beast, ends up taking it down all the way to the 20. Here's Carroll now from the 20. And a pass over, and it's caught from Crowley. What a ball from Carroll on his bad ankle, and Crowley gets his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Great throw, great catch. And, you know, you got a sore ankle, son. Let's not be doing those. Yeah, as he comes up. I mean, I know you're excited you just do a touchdown pass, but great back shoulder throw there. Probably had the one-on-one coverage. Kind of didn't give it away too soon that the ball was in the way, so Shrewsbury Pioneers player didn't even turn around, didn't even know it was coming.
Well, I'm going to elect not to talk about the celebration there. As the extra point goes up, and it's good as the Eagles pack onto their lead, 27 0 now here in Dorchester. Another strong offense. You saw the big play to Babka, and then another big play, 2 fantastic passes from Carroll, as this game is going to go to a 4-score game at the end of the 3rd quarter. Now approaching the 4th quarter, the Pioneers will look to answer. And LaPointe with the left boot. That one heads back towards the 10 as the Pioneers retrieve. Good play made there by the BC High special teams.
Yeah, good kick, probably the best kick of the day, down to the 10-yard line. They bring it out to the 25, where it'll be 1st and 10 as we start this 4th quarter. BC High up 27-0.
And a 1st and 10 for DePietro and the Pioneers from their own 25-yard line. Here comes the snap on 1st and 10. DePietro with a short throw to Hanlon, who's going to push Barth out of bounds, yet only pick up a yard on the play. Or there was no gain, or 1 yard.
2nd down and 8. At the St. John's 27-yard.
So a quick pass from DePietro on the first play, out to Hanlon for a gain of 2. And now the Pioneers will look to charge down the field to cut into the lead that now stands at 27. The high snap caught from DePietro. He's going to throw it to nobody. Good coverage there by the Eagles, and more discipline again from the defensive line, forcing DePietro to get that ball off quickly.
Yeah, definitely break down the communication there, as the receiver did about a 20-yard out, and Petro threw a go pattern, so just fell harmlessly out of bounds on the sideline. That will stop the clock. A little under 11 minutes to go. 3rd and, what are we talking, 9, 8.5. Three and out is not what the Pioneers need right now.
DePietro runs to the left. Halloran on him. Good pressure from Halloran again, quickly off the line. Can't bring DePietro down, but still forces the quick pass out and the incompletion. Good play on defense from Halloran.
Yeah, great play coming in off the edge. DePietro, very good at eluding those. Was able to get it to a receiver in the area, so no intentional grounding, but it will be a punting situation here for the Pioneers.
So the Pioneers will punt again. Still 0 on the board for them. Not enough production from their offense. Here comes the punt. A low one, not a good one.
Getting a good roll.
Eagles still have some pretty good field position around their own 37.
BCI 37-yard. BCI takes over 1st and 10 at their own 37.
Here comes Graham checking into the game for the Eagles offense. 1st and 10 from the 37. As Carroll runs back into the huddle.
Richards back in the backfield. And he'll get the handoff.
Carroll under center. He's going to hand it off to Richard. It's going to be a pickup of 5.
Yeah, nice hard run. That's what we need.
Richard on the carry. Need about 4 on the play. 2nd down. That's 6.
So a 2nd down and 6 upcoming for the Eagles. They're up 27-0 with just over 9:40 left to go in the ball game. Carroll's going to get the snap from Smith. A high snap. Carroll just has to collect it. There's a flag on the play and a quick dart to Babka, but I believe this play is coming back. Looked like a flag on the play and an offensive hold, but we'll see what the call is on the field.
I mean, unbelievable to make something out of that play, because you would think that they might decline it had they not connected on the pass. So it'll give them 2nd down and 15 now versus going to 3rd down.
But you're absolutely right, John. If Carroll doesn't make that play, then they have to look at a super long 2nd down from their own 20-yard line. Instead, they're past the 30. What an unbelievable athletic play from Carroll. Rolling left and throwing on the right side is never easy to do. Carroll does it as he passes short to Richard, who gets a gap. Good blocking there by the Eagles. Picks up about 7. Shorter distance now to go to the 1st down. Still a little left to do.
Basically getting the penalty back here, gain of 10.
Pass to Richard, he's about 10 yards back. Now make it 3rd down and 6.
So a 3rd and 6 for the Eagles. Be interesting to see what they do on this play. Probably a pass from Carroll as Barth rolls left. Another flag on the play. That one looks like it's going to be on BC High as well. A false start on offense. They move back another 5 yards. Couple penalties this series. Not what the Eagles are going to want to see, even though they're up 27. Still over 8 minutes left to go in this game. So a 3rd and 10 now for Carroll. Carroll, the dart to Barth. And Gavin Barth has done a lot this game. He makes another good juke, and he's all the way in to the end zone. What a play from Barth as he's put his stamp on this ball game. Another touchdown for Barth, and Carroll with a beautiful throw on 3rd and long. And Barth does unbelievable to come down, retrieve the football, but then to make the extra effort on the play. Great touchdown there by the Eagles as they now find themselves up 33, and they still have not given anything up on defense. Now it's going to be Tommy Coleman who looks to add on with the extra point. What a beautiful play from Carroll.
Amazing job. He had 3 guys tracking him down. He was able to slide through all 3 of them and stay in bounds.
And that was the number 87, Luke Kelleher, actually on the extra point. So the Eagles up 34 with about 6:40 left to go in the ball game. But what an unbelievable big play again by the Eagles. Barth comes down with the football, beats 3 guys all the way to the end zone, and it's another play that goes to show extra effort can make the difference in football as Barth breaks a couple of tackles to make a 68-yard play. Huge play there by the Eagles as they're up 34-0, and the left boot of LaPointe will get the Pioneers offense going with over 6 minutes left to go.
And with that, with the over plus 30 lead in the fourth quarter, the clock will run out. Continue to run.
Good boot from LaPointe, again near the 10. Great play on special teams. That was number 3, Liam Lee, on the tackle. Beautiful play to get there. Not often you see the first guy on special teams make the tackle, but Liam Lee makes the tackle. He bursts off the line, brings him down, and now the Pioneers have to start from their own 20 as opposed to around their own 35. So the Eagles without Ryan today, Brendan Ryan, as a running back. Usually he finds himself in that wishbone package with Richard. So they've had to rely heavily more on the passing game, but that's no problem when you have Babka and Barth receiving. Here's DePietro, passes it up the middle. Should have brought the football down. A good pass from DePietro, but it's not caught by the number 11 Papagni, who could have came down with it, but it's incomplete instead. 2nd and 10 for the Pioneers.
BC High with several substitutions here on the defense. Getting some of the second unit in there to see some time.
As well as a lot of the seniors on senior night.
There you go.
Getting some playing time as well, which is always important. Over 4 minutes left to go. The snap to DePietro, who's going to run it himself, but probably got scared because O'Donnell was right there. So he's just going to throw that out of bounds. 3rd and long now.
Yeah, that's kind of frightening, seeing him tracking you. And he'll sub out now.
Here comes a 3rd and 10 for the Pioneers. Still over 3 minutes left to go in this game with the Eagles up 34-0. DePietro on 3rd and long. Rolls left, throws right. Great pass coverage there by the number 17. That was Ayub.
Looks like St. John's is going to keep their offense on the field. 4th and 10.
So the Pioneers will be saying their prayers on 4th and long. Still over 2:30 left to go in this game. Here's DePietro. Again, beats the rush. And another pretty good pass out to the number 4, Daniel Wing. Can't connect on it near midfield, as now BC High takes over on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, there's been several of those in the second half that have been like pretty good passes from DePietro that didn't connect with his wide receivers. BC High under 130 now.
Their performance at halftime.
Will most likely take a knee.
BC High band, another great job today.
So the Eagles will put
And once again,
some of their seniors in
and their families.
for a victory formation.
Guess
No,
so.
the dish to Donaldson. Pretty ruthless there. Over a minute left to go still. Still up 34. Now under a minute as this clock is just going to wind out.
Yeah, they only have to snap the ball one more time if they time this properly, this snap. Actually, this will be the last snap. Yeah.
And Carroll takes a knee. And that is going to do it here. As this clock is just going to run out. And that's going to be the ball game, a 34-0 win by the Eagles. They keep their undefeated streak alive. They now find themselves 6-0, headed to Danvers next week. What an all-out good win by the Eagles. Strong discipline on offense. You saw a fantastic game played by Barth. A great game by Crowley as well with 2 touchdowns on his senior night. And Carroll as well with another strong performance. Good play by the Eagles. A good game all around. And a big win headed to Danvers next week.
Yeah, great win. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday, where varsity soccer hosts the Harbormen of Hingham. And I believe that's senior night too, isn't it? Mr. Curran will tell me, as he's a varsity soccer player. So it's all done here on the Boulevard. BC High wins 34-0. And looking forward to that big one next week. I'm John Galvin along with Chris Curran. Have a great night.